Well, hello guys. Today we're going to try and explain the new patch that came out. Well, I just woke up and saw that there is a patch in Dota 2. Uh, you can find it easily in the Dota 2 blog. Uh, they're saying a couple of things about the the Manila Major, which was a great tournament in my opinion. Now let's just see what the patch notes are going to say. Maybe we're gonna play a couple of games after this, but just maybe. So, let's just begin. Let's just say that the overall overall idea of the patch is that everyone gets a buff, basically. Sorry about that. So let's just start by reading these, and we can analyze and explain them on the fly. The cast point of Mist Coil, well, no one uses Baron. I mean, they rarely use it, and it's mainly used just as a dispel guy, or a guy that protects someone. For example, if you get Mirana shot or stunned, just you can have the Baron behind you, and he casts the shield, and the stun is dispelled. So basically, this is a, let's just say, okay thing change, but it's not that great. The Mana Void mini stun duration is increased, which you can say is a buff, but the effect that it has is not at all changed. Basically, you don't care how long the mini stun is if you're mana voiding someone, but you just want to interrupt some channeling spells, maybe a TP or something, and you most often than not focus on getting someone that has a big mana pool and has drained it beforehand. So yeah, it's a nice thing to add, but it doesn't change the way the hero is played, or I don't know, or the usefulness of the spell, which is an overall, well, I might say, my opinion in this whole patch is that they didn't change any of the heroes. They just balanced some small things, which won't change the game much. There is basically one or two things that are bigger than this, but I'm not that sure that it will change the game so much. After this, the Arc Warden. This guy gets buffs since they released him. I might say that they will try to release him into competitive play, either before TI, but I think it's going to be after TI. They're going to maybe give him a little bit more buffs, because now you can only see him played into pubs and just with I don't know, Boots of Travel, maybe Midas on every, and just make money, and that's it. He has no usefulness, in my opinion, except split pushing, but that's why they buff him a lot. I'm not going to talk about him because he's not into competitive play yet. The Brain Sap cooldown is reduced, which is okay, and this might change a little bit because it's a 3-second lower cooldown on a basically 300 nuke and 300 heal. Well, it's something like that, so it's a nice thing to have, but if you're going as a damage heavy Bane, then you're going to max it out anyways. And if you're going as a disable Bane or with a combo of let's just say Mirana, then you're not going to force the Brain Sap as a first skill. Now you can see that the Primal Roar of the Beastmaster, which is next, Pardon, excuse me for that. The primal roar is basically reduced by a fraction, and just tell me, how often have you seen the primal roar used as a damage spell? Almost never. The primal roar is mainly used just to disable someone, and is often picked because it pierces spell immunity, so you can activate BKB or, I don't know, Rage from the Lifestealer, and you can just roar the guy and basically waste a couple of seconds from his spell immunity. That is why the Beastmaster was so popular in this meta, because I'm gonna talk about the last patch a little bit. Many of the heroes got strength gain buffs, and the overall strength gain was buffed also. Hence, every single hero will have more HP hit points. Lifestealer works better when against heroes that have greater hit points, and basically that buff made Lifestealer come back into the meta, and playing the Lifestealer brought Beastmaster back to the meta, just because he can disable a Lifestealer for a longer duration of his primal, with his primal roar, and basically he can reduce the efficiency of the Lifestealer. Next is the Bloodseeker. This is a hero that is not played. It's one of the heroes that wasn't picked in a Manila Major. Well, let's just say this was a viable hero, maybe, before they changed his silence. Before they reworked the hero, it was one of my, let's just say, favorite heroes to play, because it was very fun just to run around the map and silence people with your first skill and kill them. It didn't do any damage, but still. I think it did damage over time, which was better against a TA, for example. Now the Rupture damage is increased in the first and second level. The most significantly is in the first level, which is by 6% of the, well, it's, let's just say, around maybe 25% buff. And when you put it like that, it is quite significant. Also, the cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds at level 1, 4 at level 2, etc. This basically says that the Bloodseeker can fight as long as he hits level 6. But that was the point of the hero. You just need a fast level 6 and go and gank someone. That was the point. Now, the track self gold is reduced, which means that, it's reduced by 20 at level 1, so it's not a big deal. But the thing is, as a bounty hunter, to get the track self gold, you need to kill people. And as you have seen in the meta and the major, the bounty hunter didn't get a lot of kills. So this is not that big of a deal. Bounty hunter was solely picked for scouting, and sort of a comeback mechanism, just to get some gold into your team's pockets. After this, we have the Brewmaster. The Brewmaster Earth attack range is increased, the fire attack range is increased, and the fire armor is increased, which basically buffs his primal split, his ultimate. And as you can see, the duration is increased by almost 1 second on all levels. Exactly 1 second, which is okay, I guess. You can do more damage with the primal split, but also I think this makes buying eggs a little more interesting and viable, because that way you can actually use your passives from the main hero. And also you can use the spells, like the clap, etc. Now, this is a hero that I think was buffed a little bit more than the others. It's the Centaur. The double edge cooldown is reduced from 6 to 5. The double edge does, I think, over 300 damage, maybe 400. And you have it every 5 seconds. Yeah, it will do damage to you also, but doing 400 damage every 5 seconds, let's just say it's a nightmare to play against. The strength gain is also upgraded by 0.2. It might not seem as much, but at the end you will have like 300 more hit points just because of this buff on level 25. This one is basically the one to watch out, because as I said, a 400 damage skill every 5 seconds, it's kinda okay. I think people will try to mitigate the damage that you do to yourself by using some items, but I think this is a great tool to force someone out of lane. Basically, just let's say you're against some other squishier hero, you get someone to stun, for example the Vengeful Spirit, and you just stun and hit the second spell, the double edge, and you'll basically kill him. And you can do that every single 10 seconds or 5 seconds. The Chaos Knight. Well, this seems like an okay buff, because the Phantasm cooldown was way bigger than it's supposed to be. You basically use your ultimate, and no matter what do you do or accomplish with it, you just need to stay in jungle for like a minute and a half or something, so the ultimate is again online, which was a long time. It gave you some time to farm jungle, maybe, or gank, sorry. We have shitloads of rain and storms here, so that's why I'm a little bit sick. So yeah, this is an okay buff in my opinion. It makes him more mobile and more gank friendly, let's just say. After this we have the Clinks, which basically just places him 10, a little bit more farther away from the heroes that he hits, because the range is increased from 630 to 640, which is not by far or much, but you will see in the items section, I think there is one more item that is buffed with his range, and if you add it to the Clink's natural range, those two are more highly let's just say comparable, and you can add them up together to get nearly as much as range as a sniper. It's not that much, but still it's a buff. Let's just see the clockwork here. The rocket flare radius is increased, which basically places you, in the position that you can actually max out the flare first in order to get some creeps early, or scout, or etc. Maybe you can, if you practice enough, you can even block camps or block the pool with your flare. Now the power cogs radius is one that caught my eye in the first reading of the patch notes. This is basically well, it makes it easier for you to catch someone. It wasn't that difficult in the first place, but now you can actually use it to capture some creeps when you're playing in the offlane, or just walk by someone and catch him into the cogs. You won't be able to just hook someone and use the cogs. You can do it on foot. Now, there are two buffs for Crystal Maiden, which will make her viable in team play, I guess. If you're a good support player, you can win games with Crystal Maiden alone. It is quite difficult, but still it is doable. First, the Crystal Nova radius is increased a little bit, and the Frostbite cast range is increased, which, if you pair it up with Aether Lance, makes it nearly a 650 or 700 range, which is nearly one screen, or half of the range of a sniper. That is insane. The Dead Prophet's Spirit Siphon base health drain reduced from 25 to 16. I mean, I'm not reading the numbers because they don't actually mean anything. You can just sense it up inside the game, and this one was a one that I said it was going to happen, because let me just put this into perspective. Once you had a Dead Prophet with level 4 Spirit Siphon and Octarine Core, you can go at her with 3 heroes. He'll just or she will just activate the Spirit Siphon, and you cannot kill her. There's no way in killing her. He or she nearly, I think she regenerated or stole or drained health nearly at the rate, or even more, as the Alchemist Rage, which is insane. That's why she received this nerf, and yeah, this is going to make it a lot easier to play against her, and I think she will basically get moved out of the meta now, just because of the nerfs that she got in the last patch and in this one. The last patch, I think, was that they changed the type of damage, and now they probably, yeah, they reduced the damage, so it's kind of better to play against her now. Now, let's go on to the next one, the Disruptor. Yeah, this is the Static Storm silence no longer lingers for 0.5 seconds after the duration is over, which was kind of awkward to see. I mean, you can see the effect, the Static Storm gone, and you're still silenced, which was like, why? The Doom cooldown is increased by 5 seconds, which is not that big of a deal. The Drow Ranger received a little bit of a buff in the arrows, which is like 1% at level 1, 2% at level 2, 3% at level 4, 4% at level 4. Yeah, this is kind of a buff, but Drow Ranger is such a niche pick that you need to have the right idea, or right, let's just say, tactics and team play and lineup. So you get the point. It's not picked that often, but it's very potent and difficult to play against if you pick it. The Echo Slam radius for Earthshaker is increased a little bit, which means you will not miss your Echo Slams anymore. For the Enigma, this is one of the changes that people don't talk that much, but this is one of the changes that will change the game, in the point that you could just, let's say, activate BKB before, and you will still be caught in the black hole, but it won't do any damage to you. But now, because the damage type is not magical, it's pure, and it will pierce spell immunity. This again shows me that they basically targeted the Lifestealer, because yeah, that's mainly, I mean, that's the only hero that has spell immunity without buying BKB, or the Omni Knight. Now you can actually damage the spell immune targets, but it won't. And I'm not going to talk about this because the pure damage it's basically the same amount of damage, but the if let's just say the black hole is magical, your hero has some magic resistance built in to himself, so it's going to mitigate. So basically, it's not going to be 55 damage per second; it's going to be 49, maybe, real damage, because 6 of the damage or 5 of the damage will be mitigated by the magical resistance. Now it's linear, 50, 100, 150, which is okay by me. This one is the more important, because as I said, it's going to pierce through magic immunity. It can actually trap some of the heroes and damage them, but it doesn't change the game. I mean, the way you play Enigma. Just go off lane or jungle, try to build up some items like Blink Dagger, or just go for the Guardian Greaves, or just the mech, and push towers. And it actually, Enigma is still a counter initiation guy or hero, and yeah, but it's a nice addition that you can actually damage people with your black hole damage. Now, Dirt Spirit has no longer a single cooldown for each level. It basically has a scaling cooldown, which is okay, but it didn't change anything. He actually will still roam and kill people. The Gyrocopter's Scepter Sidegunner is still shit. They rechanged it from 1.4 to 1.2 seconds. It doesn't actually mean anything. No one buys scepters for him anymore. I mean, they never did. Now, the Invoker. I'm quite, to be honest, let's just say surprised. Because they just decreased the damage from the Forged Spirits. And they did it like a little bit. For example, the ultimate level, you only get 1 damage less per Forged Spirit, which is not that good. I mean, the Forged Spirits just reduce the armor, which makes them very potent in team fights. So, because just imagine if you're 5v5, you're going to focus on which hero you should kill, not about the Forged Spirits or their damage or anything. Now, the Jakiro got a slight buff in the Ice Pad duration, which makes it a 2.5 second stun at level 4, which is okay, I guess. The Keeper of the Light is the next one. The Chakra Magic cooldown is reduced and the intelligence is increased. This is still going to make the Keeper of the Light niche pick, as I said before, for some of the heroes. For example, there was a combo that used to work, and we used to abuse it with a couple of my friends in pubs. You just get Keeper of the Light, and you just get Phantom Lancer, for example. You could basically spam your first skill with Phantom Lancer to lance every single 5 or 10 seconds. You will have your mana again, and yeah, this might bring that to the table again. Now, this is one of the, let's just say, things that I wanted to discuss a little bit more. That's the Kanka. Kanka was not that viable until Mushi played it on the Middle Major. Now, the slow duration is increased by a little bit, at level 1, for example, but the Tidebringer at level 4 has 15 more damage, which, let's just say if you have crit, then, and if it crits, then you basically have like 40 damage more, which is insane. Now, the Legion got a little bit of work done, which is the first skill, the Overwhelming Odds, is better now. For example, at level 4, you get 15 more damage per hero, which is like 5, maybe like 100 damage if you get all 5 heroes. But if you are an illusion based hero like Phantom Lancer, that will wreck your illusions, which is basically the end of of illusion based heroes. This is a good pick against Phantom Lancer, or I don't know, every hero that utilizes the illusions. The Moment of Courage cooldown is reduced. Basically, you can hit like the fast attacks more often, which on level 4 is 0.8, is the same. So, but on level 1 it's better. So I think, in my opinion, this is to bring back Legion in the jungle, and it is viable to play like this. Now, the Scepter now improves Chain Frost slow from 30 to 50%. 50% slow is a lot, let's just say. And the Ice Armor attack speed slow is reworked from 20 to 30, which matches the movement slow. I mean, how often have you seen a Scepter on Lich in competitive play? Lich is mainly picked to win you the lane, just by sacrificing your own creeps and thus reducing the experience and gold that your opponent can get. But it's a nice addition for pubs, let's just say. The base attack time increased from 1.7 to 1.85, which means he will attack a little bit slower, which is okay. I expected a little bit more, to be honest, because they sure abused the Lifestealer in the Manila Major a lot. Now, one more thing that will make Lina a little bit more viable for the middle lane, let's just say, is the Dragon Slave cooldown. The Dragon Slave is somewhat like, I think it was 320 damage, and you have it every 8 seconds. It was 8.5, but it might not look like a big buff, but if you consider that you get a point in your passive, you will attack a lot quicker. So if you combine those two, you get a lot more DPS when playing Lina, and maybe in the middle lane or any other lane. Next one is the Luna, which basically increases the stun duration to nearly 1 second, and it's a 300 nuke at level 4 and 1 second stun nearly, which is, I might say, OP. I don't know. And it doesn't actually have that long of a cooldown. The movement speed is also added a little bit, or buffed, but those are not that significant changes, to be honest. The Magnus got some also, well, everyone got a buff. It's like you're in the Oprah Winfrey show. You get a buff, you get a buff, you get a buff. What the fuck? The Mag, the cleave radius is increased, and the strength gain is increased, which means you can actually pick Magnus into like 2 cores, for example, Anti-Mage and Phantom Assassin. Just get them to survive a little bit, and you can basically buff them up however you want, which is okay, I guess. It's not that potent and not that big of a change, but still. Next one is the Medusa. The Medusa's intelligence gain is increased by not that, well, it's nearly 30% more, which will make her harder to kill. Because if you know that 1 point in intelligence gives you a certain amount of mana, and you calculate that every point of mana will basically protect 3 points of hit points, that is a lot. For example, for the enemy to do 100 damage to you, they need to actually do 400, because you need to reduce 300 mana before you get to 100 health, which is a lot, and the intelligence gain will be something to look after. And maybe the Medusa will get back into the everyday meta, but she was picked in the Manila Major a couple of times. I think I saw Mushi play her maybe 3 or 4 times during the whole tournament in the mid lane, which is kind of OP if you think about it, because you can steal mana from your opponent. You basically, if you steal mana, you get mana back. So yeah, she's a great hero now. The Meepo got a little bit buffed, because the damage per second from Geostrike is significant now, because at level 4 it was 32 per second, now it's 40 per second, which is great, because that buff has a high duration, and basically you can slow and damage them by just hitting them once. But the Meepo, it's not about how hard he hits, or how, let's just say, how long the duration of the spells or the cooldowns and everything. The Meepo requires a skilled player. It doesn't actually mean so much. I mean, it doesn't actually hurt him when you buff or nerf him, or he's not going to get back in. I mean, he's not going to appear in everyday games just because he got a buff into the damage or anything. Not many people feel confident or feel comfortable playing heroes that have multiple instances of let's just say heroes or creeps, dominated creeps, etc. The multitasking might be a thing to throw off people. Don't get me wrong, this will get abused by people that can play him, but it's not going to make him more noob friendly, as I oftenly say. The next hero that we're going to discuss is the Morphling, which basically got some buffs in the agility gain, which is great for this type of hero. You can actually see the shotgun again, and the hybrid cooldown is reduced, which means you can split push more. And actually, yeah, I think this is going to bring back the shotgun Morphling again. Basically max out your agility and get Ethereal Blade and just one-shot people all over the place. Let's just say you have Boots of Travel and Ethereal Blade and maybe Skadi. Just get a replica of someone, place it in the enemy jungle, wait for someone to come close, just go there, kill the person, TP back with the Boots of Travel, which is OP. But still, Morphling requires lots of farm and requires a certain amount of time to get online. He is hard to kill, but for example, if you pick draw strat or fast push against him, he can't do anything. The Naga Siren got some strength gain buff, but it's not a lot. She will have a little bit more of hit points. Hello Gypsy, how are you, mate? Thanks for the comments. The strength gain is increased, but as I said at the beginning, this patch will not change how people or how heroes are played. People, what the fuck? Those are not people, those are heroes. Heroes are played in a certain way and can be played in a certain way. This will not change how the heroes are played. The Necrophos, basically they reduced the range but increased the damage, which is I'd say okay. The Nyx Assassin has a little bit more movement speed, and the Ogre Magi got, basically you can spam Ignite with only mana boots, which is okay, because if you look at it this way, on level 4 it was 125 mana, Now it's like about 30% lower, which is wow. It might not look as much, but if you convert it into percent and if you compare it with other skills, this is a big buff to the Ogre Magi. But the thing about the Ogre is that you cannot zone someone out without any cost. For example, if you have Vengeful Spirit, you can just, I don't know, hit someone from, or Witch Doctor, you can hit someone from very far away, you can zone them out. But with the Ogre Magi, you either have to spend mana to zone someone out or to do some damage to them, or just throw your body and hit them, right click them, because you have tons of HP, but still you need to invest some HP or mana in order to zone someone out of lane. The next one is the Omni Knight, which got some strength increase. This is going to make him a little bit harder to kill. But as I said, it will not change the way the hero is actually played. Maybe, just maybe, you will see the Cancerous carry Omni Knight a little bit more often. But yeah, that is a niche pick and it can work in pubs but not in competitive play. Now the Outworld Devourer. The main nerf that the OD got last patch was the amount of intelligence he stole from people with every single right click. Now he basically got the Essence Aura buffed. It gets him a little bit more mana, and the duration of the Arcane Orb still. As I said, that was with that spell, I mean the last patch, with the nerf to that spell, they basically erased him from the meta. No one actually plays OD now, because they basically cut it into half. If you stole 2 intelligence at level 1 and 8 at level 4, now you just steal 1 intelligence in level 1 and 4 intelligence at level 4. Now the duration is increased, but I don't know, let's just say you are in a team fight, you hit someone. In the previous patches, if you hit like 4-5 times, you got 40 more intelligence. You just use your ulti and everyone's dead. Now, I mean, that is like 10-15 seconds maybe, with positioning or stuns or anything. Why would I need a 60-second intelligence steal duration? I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I just need to hit a couple of times and use the ulti. That's it. I'm not gonna survive any longer, especially in the early game. Now, the Oracle got some cast range on the Purifying Flames, which is okay. This one is maybe the one that I personally am going to abuse in pubs, because this is by far my most favorite hero. I don't know, I just want to play the Phantom Assassin, and I really like the artwork, and well, I think I like the sound the most, the sound of the critical hits. There was one thing that you could use against the Phantom Assassin, which was just get a BKB, among other things. Just get a BKB and get away, because she couldn't slow you, she couldn't blink on you. Now you can actually blink on people that are spell immune. This is again something that's targeted towards BKB heroes and Lifestealer. Lifestealer is heavily nerfed, not directly, but with these small changes, the Lifestealer is, let's just say, countered a little bit more. And now you can just pick Phantom Assassin, get some fast levels and farm, and you can actually man-fight the Lifestealer, because you can blink on him while he's in range. You can, well, you can blink away, sure, but you can actually man-fight him, because he will miss. You will not miss. The Phoenix this is a nerf that I was expecting. The base damage of the Sunray was let's just say shitloads of damage. They reduced it by 5 at every single level, which is okay. I mean, you can play against a Phoenix, but a good Phoenix always abuse that. Just get a partner with the stun. Let's just say, I don't know, Sven, stun someone, activate Sunray, run towards people, and they couldn't actually survive that. Now the Pudge has a little bit more slow with the Rot, and the Dismember, his ultimate is cut by 10 seconds. I mean, the cooldown is reduced, which makes him a little bit more ganky, but that was the nature of the hero. Just hook someone, try to gank him, and that's it. The Rot slow will make him a harder, let's just say, person to kill in the laning stage. I mean, he will just run at you with boots first and Rot on, and you can't get away. That's it. Now, there is one tactic that I tried to use before. Just I got boots, I got bottle, and I got orb of venom. Just get in people's face, and they got like 30% slow from Rot, and they got additional 25% from the orb, and they're like 50% slower than me. They can't get away. And if they try to run away from the creep wave, I just hook them. If they didn't run away, I just hit them and they die. But Pudge is never going to come back in the competitive play because, well, he falls off in the late game. Pugna has a little bit of intelligence boost, and the Nether Blast cooldown is reduced, which you can actually use and abuse to destroy towers faster. The Razor has his ultimate a little bit buffed, which is not that big of a deal, but if you get a scepter on him and the strikes are faster and faster, then you can actually do some more damage with this. Now the smoke screen has had a linear mana cost. Basically on level 1 it was cheaper to use, and level 4 it was like 90 mana. Now it's 90 throughout, so it makes Riki not that good at ganking anymore, but he also, as the bounty hunter, was used just to get some vision on heroes and maybe scout them out. Now you cannot use it, I mean the smoke screen, that much because Riki has a very, very limited mana pool. Now the Sanking. Sanking has the epicenter cooldown reduced. That's only on the first level. It's reduced by 20 seconds, so you just are not scared if you whiff the epicenter, and basically it's not that big of a deal because at level 6, let's just say you don't have any blink dagger or any initiation tool beside your first skill, beside the stun, so you couldn't actually do that much damage with your epicenter, which is okay by me. Now we're going to Shadow Demon. The illusions will actually last longer, which is okay for split pushing. I think there was a game in Manila Major, the Alliance. I think that the Alliance did that. They got Shadow Demon and they got I think it was the Centaur, and they just made illusions from the Centaur, placed them in front of the tower, and the tower killed itself just because of the return damage, which was insane to see. Now the Shadow Fiend has a little bit more movement speed, which is not that big of a deal, and the Necromastery Max Souls is increased on level 1, 2 and 3. The first level is the most significant because this is the time where you actually dominate your lane, or you can try to dominate your lane. Now the Shadow Shaman, the splash radius is increased from his ultimate, and the attack damage is increased, which will make him a little bit more teamfight oriented. Again, now the Silencer has his agility increased, which I didn't actually know why, but then I thought about it, and it's about the attack speed and nothing else. The Slark received a great, in my opinion, a great nerf, because they reduced the damage from Pounce, which was one of your main initiation deals. I mean, ways to initiate and deal damage to people. Because at level 4, it's basically a 200 nuke and you capture people. Now it's 160, which is mitigated by magic resistance. It's not that big of a deal. But it's still a nerf, and Slark will not be so abused as before. The shrapnel damage for Sniper is increased by 15 at level 4, which is okay, I guess, but we're not gonna see Sniper ever again, I think, in competitive. Now the Greater Bashing has some increased damage by 6%, which is a lot in my opinion. Then the Storm Spirit got some more buffs, but I don't know, maybe with the last updates, Aghanim Scepter update, he might get into play with, let's just say, the combo lineups with Darkseer, or maybe Magnus, or I don't know, something like that. The overload damage is increased, which makes him a little bit more... you can actually get some damage done to your opponent in the laning stage. And the AoE is increased, which basically I think we can start to see Storm Spirits in the middle lane again. But again, the Storm Spirit fell out, sorry, just because of his ultimate. They nerfed him so much after, I think it was TI5 maybe, or something like that, that we never actually saw Storm Spirit again. It basically requires a lot of mana to move around the map, and Storm Spirit is all about that, just moving around, getting pickoffs. The TA, one of my favorite heroes, got, let's just say, shitload of buffs. The first one is the width of the Psyblades. You basically you can hit more people with your Psyblades. I mean, if you know how the hero works, you don't need explanation about this buff. If you don't know how it works, then you should really try to play it. Basically, Psyblades means that if you hit one creep, for example, you hit everything behind it in a line. Now the line is wider, so I think it makes sense to you guys. Next is the Psionic Trap. I mean, your ult, it did 50% slow, now it does 60, which is okay, but when I played Templar Assassin, I mainly used the Psionic Traps to scout people and use my blink to kill them, so yeah. The TB, he got mana cost reduced and the duration increased. We saw a couple of Terrorblades in the Manila Major, which I might say was a surprise for me, but it turned out that the hero is strong, mildly put strong. Now he receives another buff. Maybe people will start playing him again. Now the Slardar got his movement speed reduced to 290, which is one of the slowest, I think, in the game, but he has his first skill, so yeah. The toss cooldown is reduced for Tiny, which is okay if you want to nuke people down. The Treant got base damage increased. Yeah, like Treant needed more damage at the start. Hello, Mr. Bobby, how are you? Yeah, I'm trying to analyze the patches. I woke up this morning and I woke up to shitloads of updates from Dota 2, and I just had to read them out loud and explain them to viewers. Now, the Troll Warlord is one of the ugliest heroes in the game. Maybe a cousin of a couple of my friends, because they look so much alike. He got a little bit of a rework done, maybe some buffs, some nerfs, but still, the Berserker Rage no longer provides 100 health bonus, but the strength increase is bigger and the armor bonus is bigger. Basically, you don't change your health once you activate your first spell, but you're bulkier and let's just say harder to kill, even if you are in range mode. And the distance from the range whirling axis are like 1000, which is I think it was 1/2 of the range from the sniper. So basically that just gives you a little bit of visual aspect to how far you can actually hit someone with whirling axis. If I might put it into perspective, maybe it's like one monitor, one screen size, if you know what I mean. Now, the Undying is a hero that was strongly used and abused once I think the Leshrac was into play, because you could actually wreck a lane with those two. You didn't need anyone else. The intelligence gain is increased, the cast range is increased, and the decay duration is increased. Those are 3 buffs to a hero that was impossible to play against in lane. Just go make a tri-lane, Undying, Venomancer, and I don't know, Sven or Gyrocopter. There is no fucking way they are winning that lane. I don't care. They might put a Roshan, or they can put God in there. They will not win the lane, period. The bear, the Ursa, got some let's just say buffs, because her base HP regen is increased by 150%, and the Fury Swipe debuff lasts longer, so you can actually lane better with her. The Veno has some little bit more intelligence to work with, and the Plague Wards have a little bit more damage, but that's not a significant amount. But if you get like 10 wards, or 5 wards, or 6 wards, it adds up. The Viper got his Viper Strike cooldown reduced with Scepter only, and the strength gain increased, which will make the hero a little bit more cancerous in the middle lane, or any lane we're seeing it. Now the Visage is one of the heroes that I never learned to play. I don't even want to play that hero, to be honest. But the armor bonus is increased by a little bit, and the magic resistance is increased by a lot. So it basically makes her harder and harder and harder to kill. But still, the Visage is mainly used with Drow Ranger strats, or maybe you get Drow Ranger, Visage, I don't know, Vengeful Spirit, just to give some more damage to the summons of the Visage. So without that, I don't know. It is still viable and can kill people, etc. But if you have those 3 heroes together, Drow, Vengeful Spirit, and Visage, you can basically melt down a tower with the single instance of damage from the Visage minions. Because once they attack their damage reduces. So once they expend or spend the damage, you just put them into stone form and they regain it. So yeah. The Winter Wyvern has the cooldown reduced on his ultimate. The Warlock basically got a buff on his golems. They're a little bit more tankier on level 3 and 2. And the Fatal Bonds no longer gets reduced by damage block. Basically, you just use fatal bonds to do some damage on the people on lane, and it won't be reduced by damage block, which is an OP way to force someone out of lane. Because you will basically do more damage to him if you not hit him and hit the creeps instead. The Weaver base damage is increased by 2, and if you actually combine it with the Geminate attack, the double attack, it's by 4, which is not that big of a deal. This is something that, I don't know, they just put it here to say we buffed Weaver. I don't think it's going to make a difference. And again, I think the only change to this patch that will actually make a difference on how the hero is played is the Phantom Assassin change, in my opinion. Now the Wind Run cooldown is reduced on Wind Ranger, and being a Wind Ranger player, I can tell you that this will make the difference between life and death. This will make the difference. Just because there are many times that I've died and Wind Run is like 1 second away from cooldown. I think that this is going to make a difference. And to be honest, after reading these patch notes, I'm going to abuse Wind Ranger and Phantom Assassin. And that's it. And I'm going to try to get up the ranks. The Tether movement speed bonus is reduced a little bit for the Wisp. The Wisp was, I think, one of the... No, it was the most banned hero on the Manila Major. And he still receives a nerf, or they reduced some of his abilities, which is not, I don't know, fair by me, but still. The Red Fire Blast damage over time for Red King is increased by a significant amount. And the Zeus has the Arc Lightning cooldown reduced. So basically, if you have Octary Core and an Arcane Rune picked up, you will have the Arc Lightning every single second, I think. Now, off to the items. There are no new items, if you were scared about that. The Armlet, well, they increased the cost by 1 creep, so you basically need to farm 1 more creep to buy the recipe, which is woo. The Bloodthorn, this is an item that was picked up in a couple of occasions in my pubs, and I might say that the Critical Strike multiplier is a good thing to add, because it was abysmal. You just did like, I don't know, 100 damage per hit without the Bloodthorn, and you're doing 135 with it. So you basically invested 7,000 gold for a silence and 30 more damage. Wow. The Butterfly agility is increased, which, if you compare with the Morph agility increase, this is going towards the fact that I think Morphling will be used to, let's just say, kill people around the map with the shotgun of Ethereal Blade and his second spell. Now the Crimson Guard has his cooldown reduced, which is, I say, okay, but not that big of a deal. Now the Clinks got... Do you remember that the Clinks got 10 more range, right? This is the item that will give him 10 more range. So you get what I'm going. You're fighting, let's just say, melee heroes from like 700 range. That's insane. The Hurricane Pike got the same range bonus because it's made with Dragonlance, and the active now gives you 100 attack speed, but it's still 4 attacks. So yeah, everyone, once they released the Hurricane Pike, everyone thought that it was going to be used with Enchantress, but Enchantress has a maximum amount of damage. You can only do 600 damage or 625 with a single hit with her. That's like the damage cap for her. I saw videos that people tried to, I don't know, use the Hurricane Pike and TP back to base and do like 3 or 4 hits. That was just that was just people not reading the whole patch notes, because it clearly stated on the last patch notes that you can only do 625 max damage with Impetus, and that's it. You can go, I don't know, you can TP from Mars and try to hit people from there, but still it will do 625 damage, nothing more. The Roll of Eidos cooldown is reduced, which will make one of my favorite heroes, Silencer, more viable to play as a carry. I think it's only me, Virtus Pro, and 2 guys from Cambodia playing Silencer carry, but still, I like playing it. And the Smoke of Deceit has 1 cooldown of use, just because you don't fuck up, because you could actually use it 2 times in a row, and it would just be a waste of smoke. By the way, goodbye Bitbox. We just ended with the patch notes. Hope to see you soon. And yeah, guys, these were the patch notes. Now I'm going to have a small break just to set up the screens, and I'm going to play a couple of games, I guess. So yeah, 1 minute and I'm back. I'm here, guys. Yeah, and as I said, I'm going to try and abuse the PA now. Yeah, and so you were a part of the people that actually did the Matura. I'm gonna play just 1 game, guys, because I need some... Well, I actually have some things to do. Maybe I'm going to have a stream later today. This one is just to see how will the actual patch notes. What the fuck is, yeah, if the patch predictions are okay or not. Now let's vote. Let's see what votes are actually in. I really want a Pudge Arcana. I really want it. Then again, we have AM, which is one of the heroes that I like. What do you guys think? Who should I spend my votes on? We have these guys. I really like the Pudge. Yeah, these guys were... Wow, the Ember Spirit got 92% of the last vote. What the fuck? And he's against the Gyrocopter now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Don't freeze up.
Let's try to maybe get some.
It's your turn to pick.
Maybe I can go mid lane with PA. I really like to play the PA. No. Won't actually make any difference for me.
Seconds remaining.
Why is no one picking?
5 seconds remaining.
First pick PA. I'm not gonna do it. No way. I'm gonna do it. Or I might go Clinks just to see how big the range is here. What do you guys think?
Sure, it's your turn.
Yeah, this is not going to be a fun game. If I play the Phantom Assassin, I don't think that the pick is okay because they have disables.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's just see what we're supposed to get. I might need to actually get
Hey, it's your turn to pick now.
yeah, this guy has, let's just say, shit English, so yeah. Maybe I get the Legion jungle? Maybe.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm not gonna play IO. No way I'm gonna play IO. I don't trust these guys enough to play IO. And by the way, that's your hero, not mine. Yeah, and this is going to be the last game. I really need some food. Really need some food. If you can hear some dogs in the background, that's maybe my dog barking. Sorry about that. Pick up a bottle, 8 rooms. I'm not going to pick up a bottle, 8 rooms. I should have picked X. Fuck. Okay, we have a Pudge. I really like their lineup. There's the PA. Fuck.
As you were.
I'm just gonna bet 50. I'm not that confident about playing with these guys.
Take the field.
I'm gonna predict just because I have no predictions.
Strategically, this one is the bang.
Yeah,
On it.
I think I'm going to need a moment of courage. Guys, can you ward our jungle? Ward access to our jungle? I'm going to jungle anyways. And I'm gonna try to go for top runes, so Pudge, you can try to go for bottom runes.
Yes.
Why is the Sven here?
30 seconds to battle.
I'm not sure he's supposed to be there.
Sound strategy. Orders received. Smart move. Yes.
This ain't no snowball fight.
Yeah, we got the rune
want war.
for Pudge. Pudge is basically the most fun hero to play with. At all. I don't know. He's kind of the most rewarding. Maybe the Mirana. Yep, it's up. I just did patch analysis on my stream.
If you insist.
Yeah, they have the sand top. They're not going to have that good time, I'll just say. Well, if he hasn't scaled the return, then yeah, it might be an easier time. This is very a thing that
Deploying.
most people don't do. You just need to kill the small camp very fast before the first minute basically, so it respawns and you basically get free level 2 out of this.
When the time is right, we will strike. Repositioning. Bring it on. Another death. To the vanguard.
I hope he survives, maybe
Immediately.
no, until I get my level 6. Just wait until I get my level 6 and we can roam around and kill people.
Charge.
Blink.
Let them share.
maybe... What if I get a Shadow Blade? No.
To battle!
Guys, I'm going to get a Silver Edge just to counter the P. Though, well, hello, Mr. Red Worship, how are you? Okay, this hero feels like you don't actually need tangos to stay in lane or anyway.
Deploy.
Да, сутрит. Ой, ти джангл бил. Втора трета. Фактически да можеш да издржиш што е можно повеќе на лейн. Тоест во джангл.
On it.
First blood.
Браво.
First blood. And
Absolutely.
it's already ice over.
Да, рентално, тоа е тоа. Најмногу значи со третава што му е намален каст поинтот, да не речем. Тоест кулдаун, пардон.
Engaging.
И сега си чинчеш помеѓу кампојава, дужно да си направиш парички. Или барем 6 лева. Па, Adversion, брат, станав забавили и видов дека уствари има
Positioning.
patch notes, односно дека има нов пач и зедов си нормално го... Чекай малце да видам овде што се дешава. Ето така.
Smart.
I got it just so he doesn't, sorry.
Yes. Without me. To on. Aye.
Не сум на работа, бе, што ти државна матура има денес.
Attack. This day is not yet won.
Ти да одиш на часој на 12 јуни, будало една.
Flanking. On my way. Immediately. Attack!
Па имаше матура денес. Вакеров баш не е нешто најнај, тоа што гледам. Guys, just call your missus.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Овде е Мираната.
Negatives on me. If you insist.
Ти се погодил. Да, македонски потешко.
Radiant
Секој
structures
ќе
are
потешко.
fortified.
Orders received.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Strategic benefit.
Се не стане почекат идиоти и ќе загини, гледа.
Own it.
Не, не може.
Closing in.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
It's not time yet.
Good job, guys.
Strategy.
Па професорка, твоја е многу спремна, валјда. Ќе ми извини, човек. На момент.
You will fall.
Оде Легион беше многу лош момент, ама ајде. samo zaradi ovo govedo. Dude, just wait like 400 more gold and I'm going to get a Shadow Blade and help you, bottom. You just need to survive till then.
Take the field. Orders received. Invisibility. Immediately.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
Hey. Absolutely. Well
Your
fought.
bottom tower is under attack.
On it. Take the field.
Yeah, I had to duel him, he was going to get away.
Smart move. Attack!
Chill, dude.
Killing spree.
Let's
Killing spree.
Dobra.
engaging. Aye. Yes. Yield.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ajde, ganknijmy se ga nekad. Ova govedo
Without
ne
a
može.
doubt.
Yeah, we can do a gank or two, guys.
There's a DC. Can you pause?
Aye.
They disconnected. I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
I'm a little bit hesitant of showing my Shadow Blade here.
Deploy.
We're leading by 8 kills and I still have no dual damage, but well, I got 2 kills and I got a fast Shadow Blade, which will make my life easier a little bit, to be honest. I will need to work with my teammates though. Necro, can you wait a little bit more? I'm just gonna come bottom and try to gank someone with your ult. I really need the damage. Yeah, we need to wait. We really need to wait. Yeah, here come the... Oh, I have 66 creeps at min 10. That's very bad, guys. I'm used to getting like 7 per minute or something.
Let's get on with it.
Ave maniaci. Sramota be. Guys, I'm very, very far away. I don't think I can get there. If you hook here, you can fight him.
I'm fine with waiting and all, but let's go!
Press the attack. Flanking.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go here, try farm it a bit more.
On it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
On my way.
This is 900 HP Mirana, which I think I can burst down. I think.
Sound strategy.
Ooh, we'll go here.
If you insist.
Jaz bom cijel še ne moš sam da istepaš nikoj I mora da mi pomože to je čečinjava moj. Ama, zajebam cijava je šo. Ne,
The battle resumes! The enemy's top tower has fallen! Dominating! Holy stuff!
Orders received. Do it. Immediately.
Your middle tower is under attack! Don't let your middle tower fall!
If you insist. This will do nicely. Smart move. Flanking. Easily. Invisibility. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Repositioning. The plan comes together. On it. Charge! Deploying. On it. Take the field. Yes.
Bones paved the long road.
Aye. On my way. I'm under attack.
Killing spree! Double kill. Dominating. Triple kill. Don't let your middle tower fall.
Sound strategy. Warm up. Without a doubt. Flanking. Repositioning.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They will be overrun. Without a doubt. Overwhelming odds. Yes.
Under attack.
Immediately.
Ja, ajme se nerviraj se.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is gone. I warn you.
Znači, namjesto da idat sa mene, da krevam damage, ovdje si idat sami si tepa. Idioti pička umete. Guys, can you try and get some damage for me? What the fuck?
On it.
Your middle tower is under attack. This'll
Yes.
come in handy.
Let's see.
I guess not.
Double kill. You move like a blue heart glacier. The enemy's bottom tower is gone. Double kill. You did the right thing. Down into the deep freeze.
Gdje si farmom сега, no, to je to. Yeah, they can kill the opponents very easily, but the thing is that I will do nothing in the late game. It's minute 17, I have no damage whatsoever. So yeah, I'm just going to farm.
No matter the cost.
Вот, и ще не пратмуват типците зато. Нищо повече.
To battle! Small victory. Take the field!
Guys, it's warded here. Don't just stay there, please.
Aye.
Da se zajebajamo ovce. Ne, ja.
Double kill.
Yes?
Idioti. Idioti.
Smart move.
I ovaj ne možem isto.
Absolutely. Yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I'm fucking serious. No one helps get a single duel off. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Let's talk about
Orders received.
top tower has fallen. Is this going to be a pattern?
Closing in.
Why would you go?
You really should look at your bottom tower.
I'm just getting started. Orders received.
Oh my god.
Attack!
Осветим никого тебе лошу.
Attack!
Your top tower is under attack.
Yes. Rally! Flanking.
Let's killing spree. Your top tower.
If you
Guys, stop throwing bodies at them. What the fuck? Play as a team.
yes.
Wow. Now it's my problem. Who am I supposed to duel? There are 5 men at minute 19. What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Dire Snow fortified their structures. Your top
Yes.
tower is under attack.
On my way.
There's no more. I thought that my killing spree.
Will fall. Reposition.
Whatever. No detection? Seriously? And yeah, you are right. I do suck at drilling because I went for a build that requires some teamwork, which is obviously impossible here.
Let the fighting recommence.
Yeah, because you are going for kills when I'm not there, and the kills don't mean anything.
Closing in. Without a doubt. Easy. Next round's on me. Immediately. Sound strategy.
Слушай, не сопортела.
Tactical.
Come on, what the fuck?
I'm fine with waiting and all, but let's go.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, this thing actually proved to be a very good addition to the jungling point of view when you're trying to play Legion. You don't actually need any tangos.
Take the field. Yes. Not yet. On it.
Your middle tower is under attack.
On it. Reposition.
Moram vaka da valjam. Dimić.
Tactical.
Bale bi je treba. Maybe they're Miran ult.
On it.
Here.
Middle tower fall?
Double damage. Flanking. A promotion. Take the field.
This'll come in handy.
Aye.
Great, they're back.
Ranks. Now's the time. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yield. Yes.
Good job. They will go for Roche, for sure.
Mega kill!
You die as you lived. Incinerate.
If I cannot outsmart them, I will outfight them.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
Точно, ни Blade Mail ни втора. Ама проблемот е што навикнат сум на овој период да има малце појќе демидж и мисле дека ќе го стопам.
Immediately.
Онако пиле на маџабе. Не и бива.
Engage.
Unstoppable!
Sound strategy. On it.
What for?
Yes? Come on! Turn the tables. If you insist. To battle!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Aye. Attack! Rally! Yes. Deploying.
Чега да видиме се на работа.
Absolutely.
I think there's some... No, there's no one there.
On my way.
По-късно ќе се играта.
Orders received.
Сега да изиграм партија чисто колку да ги видам како се patch notes. А после ќе се игра вечер.
Smart move. Deploying. On my way. Flanking.
Double kill.
Yes.
Лака. Saber.
To the vanguard.
The enemy's middle tower didn't know what hit it.
Take the field.
Tak.
Double damage. Smart move.
No.
Aye.
Što će biti ako ovo napravim?
Immediately.
I ako se pojavi tu kao ovo, dobi stepan i to je to.
The time is right.
Primjer, si pravimo ovo, tako.
You will fall. Sound strategy. Yes. Haste. On it.
Trying to come there. Try to survive, please.
On it. Bring it on.
Mega kill! Double kill!
Bravo, me zatvori jedan, možem dobro se.
Yes. Repositioning.
Сега одиме со. Што ми треба башер? Ајде на башер ќе да се напри. Да си испоштовам. Добро.
The enemy's bottom tower is down.
Orders received. Absolutely.
Инаку вчера, дечки, ја гледав Мафија 3 на една конференција и прејако изгледа. Многу јако.
Aye.
Ова има 1500
On my way.
мислиш. Можем да устепам.
Repositioning.
Almost.
Smart move. Closing in.
Let's get beat.
On it.
Guys, get out of there, please.
Flanking. Engaging. Yes.
Brate, nikad get out of there. Dobro. Okej.
Double kill! Lethal! I see you!
I'm gonna buy a gem, guys.
Killing spree!
Čekaj сега, що да направим? Тук имаме Assault Couriers, имаме... Малко се демича. Устари... Що да знам? They're going for Roche, guys.
Sound strategy.
Инако од Witcher имам уште да не претерам 3-4 сати за играње, ништо повеќе.
Deploy. Absolutely. Tactical. Let's. Without a doubt. Press the attack. Orders received. On it.
Triple kill.
We can get mid lane or Roche, whatever you want.
Take the field. Yes. Attack.
Tower and then Roche, guys.
Guess Radiant fortified their structures.
Now's the time. On it.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
100 damage, финтата е damage да се вземе, ништо повеќе.
Take the field.
Не, ракетна физика.
To the vanguard.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Yes.
Radiant's middle barracks are no more.
Ah, the rush of battle. Without a doubt. Rally. Orders received. The vanguard.
Шестро. Здорово, защо толкова има в Disable?
Abyssal blade. Now's the time.
Не знам защо толкова Disable има. Чудно ми е малце. Дечки, шо беше Disabled?
Yes. Rally. Absolutely. Repositioning. Aye.
BKB да се вземе, не трябва.
This will do nice.
Мислам дека можем да го вземем.
Aye. Press the attack. Closing in. Come on.
Something tells me we haven't seen the last of them.
Run old guys, so they don't have the ult for this fight.
Sound strategy. Yes. deploying. If you insist.
Bullshit.
Yes.
Let's get beat.
Palimo
my
i...
way.
Dobro.
Top barracks are under attack.
On it. You will pay. Orders received.
Double kill.
Without a doubt.
Top barracks won't last long at this
Yes.
rate.
Now's the time.
Ko je ovaj gore šuturka?
Flanking.
Ko me tu pitate?
Top barracks have fallen. You know what this means. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
On my way.
I stride the proving ground.
Guys, I think we're going to lose this. Or not. GG. Dobra ideja, no. To je to, dečki. Ajde. Neka brka rabota. Što znači svega odam da ne išao kasnom, pa posle zdravije Bože može ušte da se dešava nešto. Inako mnogo je dobar sa novim update. Da, 100 check fatif? Super. Dečki, kje imam, znači pravim jedna, da ne rečem, pauza. Na brzina kasno vi razgledajte što treba da se, za koji može da glasame. Za koji može da glasame, сега ќе направим straw poll. Samo na brzinka. Znači vaga kad ima 1, 2, 3, 4, me razbirate? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, така? Znači kje odim ovako? To jest ovako kako što se. 1, 2, znači 1, 2, 3, 4. Ajde. Ajde na brzinu kje pišu. Page. Bounty. Jag so kako našo? Jag Stalker, posle Rubik so Tusk, pa imamo Ember so Gyro, imamo posle CK so counter od njegov, so Shaker, Riki Pak i imamo Sand King so Necro. Čo znači, dečki? Ovdje ima Vaka. Ovdje ima Vaka. Ovdje ima Vaka. Evo Vaka. I dodaj kada se vratam, vi možete da si glasate tamo. Nekoj nov ako dojde komotno mu go pišite to. Tako da se vraćam za kratko.